Welcome to another episode of 3rd and 3 with Coach Roger Holmes. I'm Jason Holcomb, joined as always by the coach. Coach, it was the night the lights went out in Dublin, literally.
Oh, man, what a night. You know, we set the lights come on at 6 o'clock, make sure everything's good, and I look around and I only see the home side on. So I leave the field and come up here to make sure I didn't hit a wrong button and not tell it to turn the lights on the other side. They didn't come on. I call the people that oversee the lights, and they don't see the issue. So we start scrambling, and, our first call obviously was to Dr. Williams, and he reaches out to Andy Wright. But the guy that was phenomenal the other night was Todd Hogan. Todd grabbed the ball by the, just started running around, getting things done. And so we start the game, and both sides of the lights are out on the visitor side, and it's light enough to play, and we're playing. Officials said we'll play as long as it appears to be safe, and evidently a wire had shorted out due to all the rain and stuff over on the visitor side. We're rocking long, game's going long. About the end of the first quarter, one of the poles on the home side goes out, and now we've only got one bank of lights. And when the quarter changed and the ball had to go back to that end, the officials said, wait a minute, it's too dark. We're going to need to take a break. So our people told us they thought the way it was running, they might could have the lights back on the visitor side in 30 minutes. And they did. But we're come up to the locker room, and we're in there just going and talking over adjustments and so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, the fire alarm goes off in the field house. Someone had walked into the visitor's restroom, and those lights are on a timer. And if you don't walk in far enough, they don't come on. So I'm sure what happened is somebody's looking for a light switch, and they pull the fire alarm. Ooh. So what a night. But, Jason, I think the thing that's the most satisfying about the other night was we didn't come out ready to play football against ECI, and that's nothing against ECI.
Right.
We shot ourselves in the foot a great deal, and they played very well. But our young men responded.
Yes, they did.
To a negative night the previous week, and came out and probably played our most complete game to this point against a football team. I know they're a solid defensive football club and a team that's been improving offensively. To get out with a 28-0 win had to be. It was very satisfying for us.
Yes, the intensity was definitely there, and I especially appreciate the line play was just phenomenal. Those guys just were intense. Like, they meant that Metter was not going to get anything on one side of the ball or the other, and it was very evident. But I also want to give a shout out, Coach, while we're thinking about it, to our game day operations staff.
Oh, man.
Miss Jamie Freeman, Josh White, Ben Lanier, Billy Freeman, Patrick Warren. They kept everything rocking and rolling, and you wouldn't have thought we were just having a night out on the town, because the kids were out there having a good time. The fans stuck around, and I'm grateful to all of them, but very appreciative to our game day folks.
Well, all indications are they did phenomenal. My wife gave me the report when we got home, and she was really bragging on how they kept some excitement during that down period of time, and that's all part of having a tremendous Friday night experience. And there's a lot more that goes into it than just the game itself. So thanks to all those people that made it happen. Special thanks again to Todd Hogan for rocking and rolling, and then Andy Wright, Johnny Beto,
all the maintenance.
Both of them were right here as quickly as they could get here when we found out we had a problem. So thanks to all those people for allowing us to find a way to get that game in on Friday night.
Yes, we got a win, and we also had one player who stood out above the rest. That's our Optim Player of the Week. Coach, Nasir is an obvious beast, and he played like one Friday night. I watched him make some inroads through the line and snatch some guys and put them on the ground quick. I know that had to have you very excited.
Well, we shut them out defensively, and our defensive line obviously had to have a good night for that to happen, and Nasir led our defensive line in tackles and tackles for loss. Flip it over to the other side of the football, we had one running back with 180 yards, another running back with 150, another running back in the 90s. Well, each one of those running backs had great nights, but you don't have that type of night unless your offensive line is rocking and rolling. Nasir was also part of that offensive line that kind of dominated on both sides of the football, so we've decided that Nasir Johnson is the player of the game this week.
Yes, and so happy and proud for him, and thankful to their friends at Optim for giving us the chance to recognize Nasir and all the kids that get recognized across the year. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't tell them thank you for all the good service that they provide. But Coach, we're off this week, so get a week of extra preparation ahead of Charlton, but then we start a stretch of 3 consecutive home games. Talk about what you're trying to put into the boys this week to make sure that they understand what this next month is going to be like for our football team.
Well, we're going to try to let them recover a little bit on Monday, Jason. You know, it's one of those things where sometimes you need to just get away, and we felt like this was kind of where we are right now. Our guys have been grinding since school let out, to be quite frank with you. And so we're going to, we're taking Monday's practice off. We're practicing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Coaches will be on the road scouting Friday. So that'll give us a little bit of recovery time, hopefully to get our legs back under us, get some aches and bruises, feeling a little bit better. But we'll spend Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not a whole lot of contact, but trying to correct maybe what things that we're not doing well, and also get an early start on game planning for Charlton County football team, which last year they were supposed to be here, and the hurricane shut it down. So they're returning to the Shamrock Bowl this year, first time since 2006 state championship, and this one's not going to end in a tie.
No, it won't. Thank the Lord.
Yes, sir.
But we want you guys to make sure that even though we're off this week, to be getting your energy packed up for the next month, because we're hitting the grind. It's going to be playing Charlton, and then it's region time all the way the rest of the way.
Yeah, no more weeks off after this one.
No, sir.
It's time to regroup and see if we can get this football team playing at a high level before region play comes in.
Yes, sir. And we want you guys to be a part of that every single week. Make sure that you tune in every Tuesday to hear what's happening, and make sure you're out every Friday night. But always, thank you for watching 3rd and 3 with Coach Roger Holmes.